There is a massive trap that most young wingers fall into. They spend hours on YouTube watching skill tutorials. They learn the elastico, the around the world, and complex step-over sequences. They think that being a winger is about being a freestyler. But when they get into a real game against a fullback who is fast, aggressive, and playing for his life, all those skills disappear. They get pushed to the sideline, they lose the ball, and they get subbed off at halftime. If you want to be a professional winger, you have to realize that the best wingers in the world, the Vinicius Juniors, the Sakas, the Salahs, don't actually use 50 different moves. They use about 3 or 4 patterns that they have mastered to a level of absolute perfection. They don't play to look good, they play to kill the defender. Today, we aren't doing tricks. We are going through the 5 essential drills that will actually show up on a scout's report. We are going to talk about how to manipulate a defender's feet, how to own the half space, and how to make sure that every time you touch the ball, the opposition's bench starts to panic. Drill 1, the explosive first yard, the space creator. The most dangerous weapon a winger has isn't their top speed, it's their acceleration in the first yard. A scout doesn't care if you can run fast for 60 meters, they care if you can separate from your marker in 1 second. Intensity increases. In this drill, you aren't just taking a touch, you are practicing the aggressive takeaway. Most wingers take a touch into their own feet to control the ball. That is a mistake. A pro-level touch is an exit. You need to set up a gate of cones. You receive the ball from a wall or a partner at high velocity, and your first touch must take you through that gate at 100% sprint speed. If your first touch is safe, you've failed the drill. Your touch should feel risky. It should be 3 or 4 yards away from you so that you can immediately get into your running stride. If the ball is under your nose, you are slow. If the ball is in front of you, you are a threat. You need to do this 50 times on each side. Focus on the snap of your ankle. You aren't nudging the ball, you are punching it into the space you want to occupy. When a fullback sees a winger who can explode on the first touch, they start to drop off. And the moment they drop off, you've already won.
Drill 2, the blind side scanning sprint. The second drill is about what you do before you get the ball. A common sign of a low IQ winger is that they stand on the touchline with their back to the goal, staring at the ball carrier. You are easy to mark. Professional wingers play on the blind side of the fullback. This drill requires you to practice the in and out movement. You start inside the pitch, you check toward the ball carrier, and then you immediately spin into the space behind the defender. But here is the pro layer. You must scan twice during that movement. You need to visualize the fullback's body shape. Are they flat-footed? Are they looking at the ball? If you can catch a defender looking at the ball while you are moving into their blind spot, they are dead. Practice this movement without the ball first. Master the diagonal run. Most wingers run in straight lines. Pros run in curves. When you curve your run, you stay onside longer and you give yourself a better angle to finish. Do 20 reps of this blindside entry. If you aren't dizzy from scanning and sprinting, you aren't doing it right. You are training your brain to see the hidden space. Drill 3, the hesitation 1v1, the foot freezer. Now we talk about the 1v1. You've got the ball at your feet, the defender is in front of you, and the stadium is waiting. You don't need a triple flip-flap. You need a hesitation. The goal of a 1v1 isn't to beat the defender. It's to make the defender stop their feet. The moment a defender stops moving, they are at your mercy. This drill is about the micro pause. You dribble at the defender at 70% speed. Then you freeze. You stand tall for a split second, maybe a tiny shimmy of the hips. You are waiting for them to commit their weight to one foot. The second they lean, you explode in the opposite direction. This drill is about timing, not speed. You need to practice this against a stationary cone first, then a moving partner. Focus on your body language. Are you selling the fake with your eyes? Are you dropping your shoulder low enough to make them believe you're going inside? A world-class winger is a world-class actor. You are telling the defender a lie with your body, and the moment they believe it, you punish them.
Drill 4, the high-stress delivery, the end product. Scouts have a saying, $1 million move, 10-cent finish. There are thousands of wingers who can beat a man, but have no end product. If you beat 3 players but cross the ball out of bounds, you are a liability, not an asset. This drill combines drill 1 and drill 3. You beat a defender, a cone, or a mannequin, and then you must immediately deliver a cross into a specific zone in the box. But here's the catch. You must do it while you're off balance. In a game, you will rarely have a perfect still ball to cross. You'll be sprinting, you'll be leaning, and you'll have a defender sliding at you. Practice crossing while your body is tilted. Practice whipping the ball with your laces and clipping it with your inside foot. You need to hit the corridor of uncertainty, that space between the goalkeeper and the defenders. If you can deliver a quality ball while your heart rate is 180 beats per minute and your legs are burning, you are a professional. Do 40 crosses, 20 driven, 20 lofted. Accuracy is the only metric that matters here. A winger who can provide is a winger who never gets benched. Drill 5, the inverted snapshot, the goal-scoring winger. The modern game has changed. You aren't just a crosser anymore. You are a scorer. If you look at the top wingers in the Premier League, they all have one thing in common. They know how to invert. This final drill is the cut inside and finish. You start wide, you drive inside at a 45-degree angle, and you use the defender as a screen. You aren't trying to blast the ball through the keeper. You are trying to bend it around the defender into the far corner. This is the Mohamed Salah zone. You need to practice the half-yard shot. You don't have time for a big swing of the leg. You need to be able to snap the ball with a short backlift. Practice taking one touch inside and shooting immediately. No second touch, no setting the ball. One touch, bang. If you can develop a lethal shot from the edge of the box after cutting inside, you become a double threat. The defender doesn't know whether to show you the line or the inside.
These 5 drills aren't a one-time workout. They are your identity. The wingers who make it are the ones who do these 5 things until they can do them in their sleep. They don't get bored of the explosive first touch. They don't get bored of the hesitation. They understand that consistency is the only thing that moves the needle. If you are a winger and you're ready to stop being a highlight player and start being an impact player, I want to hear from you. Comment impact below and tell me which of these 5 drills is the missing piece of your game. If you want more position-specific deep dives that the gurus won't tell you, hit that subscribe button. Don't just play the position, own it. Go to work. I'll see you in the next one.